As a contractor, we have found that reviews are very, very critical to the success and ongoing growth of a business. We have found that negative reviews and positive reviews both can be very helpful to a company and for them to grow, to make corrections. 20 years ago, a contractor or a business, all they had to do was really put the biggest ad in yellow pages or a half page in the newspaper, and the biggest ad always got most of the business. But today, with the modern technology that we have, we are definitely dependent now upon reviews from our clients and ongoing. And even as a homeowner, when if I'm a consumer, when I'm going to buy a product or look for a service, my number one thing that I'm looking for as even a homeowner or a consumer is positive reviews and quality reviews from a clientele that has been satisfied with the company's services. Well, every contractor should really welcome any review that comes in, as long as the review is from a real client that they provided service for in the real world. Now, unfortunately, some people will put a review out there when no service has been provided. Maybe they thought their quote was too high, or maybe our company just didn't fit with their needs. And then when a review is done that's negative based upon a non-serviced response, then those reviews can be what I would say not fair, and a future client or someone that's looking into doing service with a company should really take into consideration statements like that are not based on real time or real service provided. Now, homeowners, if you just give me a moment, I'd like to speak to contractors specifically right here. Now, Mr. Contractor, if you get a negative review from a client, but it is based upon their real life experience because in some way your company or maybe employees let down, causing a bad experience, we shouldn't throw those away as if those are bad things or negative things, even though they may hurt for the moment. The best thing you can do with a review like that is to take a real honest look into your company, find out what the problem is, and make corrections. You really should be thanking that client that left even a negative review if it was honest and true, and that is definitely going to help you in the future, restructuring if need be, changing personnel maybe, or even maybe your approach to how you do business. But it's never a negative. That negative can become a positive if you, Mr. Contractor, uses it in the correct way. And when you're going through your reviews and you're finding negative reviews, there's only two possibilities. Now, if you're doing quality work but still getting negative reviews, more likely than not, we're dealing with bad communication. If you're not fully communicating with your client from the beginning to the end what to expect, and you're doing a quality job and still getting a negative review, more likely than not, it's a communication problem. That's something you as a contractor will have to be responsible for, to begin to fully communicate top to bottom, front to back, beginning to end, what the client is going to expect from you as a contractor. However, when looking at your reviews, if you find that the quality of your work is suffering, then it's very important as a contractor to go back and make the changes necessary to turn that around, because it's going to be the lifeblood in the future of your business. So as a contractor, whether the review be negative or positive, we want reviews that are the truth, because it's the truth that we operate from, and the truth is what we can establish our future operations from. And again, as a homeowner, when you're looking for a contractor and you're going through their reviews, if you see a consistent or constant negative in the area of communication, you're seeing a constant negative in the area of performance or the projects that they're doing, then you really want to consider looking in a different direction, looking at a different contractor, because reviews usually tell the truth about the story. As I said earlier to homeowners, sometimes reviews are put on that are just simply not based upon a service provided, but maybe an offense or maybe a hearsay, or just they're feeling like putting something out there. But if a review comes across that you're looking at and it's not based upon real life experience with a contractor and a service that was provided, I think it's a really smart idea just to wipe that one off the page and discount. And we're our contractors, and so we do get called sometimes to go to homes that when we get in there, we find out that there's some bad situations that we just don't want to be involved in. We ran into meth labs, drug growing operations, extensive guns, and things that we just don't want to get involved in some situations. So we've had to walk away and refuse to give quotes to certain individuals. And a couple times those people have gotten on and given us negative reviews. Sometimes you just have to walk away, and if you do get a negative review based upon that, it's not real based upon service. It's based upon the fact that those are the people you simply don't want to do business with. And also, when you're going through reviews, sometimes it's important to look at the review in depth to see if it's truly a negative review that was about a service provided, and if so, it may be something legitimate for you to look at, because it may be a problem for you moving forward with that contractor if that definitely was a problem. The second thing I would want to do is I've done as a consumer, you can like go to Google Plus, you can go to the reviewer, and if you click down on there, many times you can see a link that's tied to different reviews that they have left. And I have found sometimes reviewers have left negative after negative after negative review. So you may want to also set yourself in a place where you can make a judgment call on a reviewer if they're legitimate or not based upon their history of reviews. And another issue as myself as a consumer, when I'm looking at reviews, if I see a lot of reviews, 100 reviews over the last course, maybe 3 months, and I more likely than not, something's a little fishy about that, and the Google has not yet caught the problem here, but they're probably not legitimate. But if I look at a set of reviews from a company, and we have a couple hundred solid positives over 2, 3, 4, 5 years, I'm pretty well confident that I'm looking at the company that I'm going to put my business with.